welcome back to my channel. My name is David and this is my closet. On this channel we talk about handbags, accessories, small leather goods, all of those fun and great things from the male point of view and on a budget. If that's something you like or you're interested in, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram, that's linked below. Comment below, like the videos you enjoy, share them, encourage other people who have similar interests to subscribe as well. I'd be forever grateful. Today's video is a little different. It's going to be more of a what I did on vacation and then some of the goodies that I got. There is one extra super special goodie that's coming, and you will hear about that later. So I'm going to jump right into it because this could get a little lengthy, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we did on vacation, maybe insert some fun pictures and clips. I did not vlog. I decided I don't want to do that, because in order to vlog, you really have to be mindful of what you're doing and you have to kind of plan and curate things if you want them to be any good. I have tried to vlog other trips before, and as you know, I never post them because I'm mindlessly just picking up the camera and filming things and there's really no cohesion to it. So it does take plan. And for my friends that do it, I applaud them because I can't. It's just something that I have not yet been able to make myself do and kind of, dedicate the time on a vacation to it. One of my colleagues here on YouTube, friends on YouTube, Autumn Beckman, she actually vlogged Maine a couple of years ago, and I've actually referred to it now the last 2 times we've gone to Maine to kind of get some ideas. So they're really great to watch, but I feel like for me, it pulls me out of my trip too much. So this is our second trip to Maine. We went last year, actually at the same exact time. Last year in 2023, we went again here in 2024. We tend to go to places more than once because there's so much to do in a lot of these places that we just don't have the time. We typically go anywhere from 4 to 6 days. So it's a lot of time, but it's not a lot of time depending on where you're going. Last year was the first time I had ever been to Maine. I had been to New England before and a lot of eastern states. My husband also had been to Massachusetts, I think, before, but never Maine for both of us. And it was for a wedding, and we were there, I think, 4 full days. And 2 of those days were wedding, driving to the location the night before, and then the wedding, and then, so 2 full days were gone. So we had about 2 full days and maybe a half day in there to explore and do some things in Maine. So we went back this year. We decided to fly into Boston this time because it's much more affordable than flying into Portland or Bangor. Where his friend lives is closer to Portland, and where we like to be so far is closer to Portland. We haven't quite made it all the way up to Bangor yet. That is going to be a next trip to Maine probably. So anyway, this time we flew into Boston because it was less expensive, and there's so much to see between Boston and Portland. It's about a 2.5-hour drive. So for the first night, we stopped in Salem, Massachusetts, and then we spent the night near Salem, went back the next day, and Friday the 13th, we were in Salem, which was really cool, little busy, crowded, but super, super cool, super fun. We got to tour the House of Seven Gables, we went to the Witch Trial Museum, and a couple other things. There's still a few little things we didn't do while we were there, so we will have to make a trip back at some point. But that was super fun. After that, we drove on up the next day. We stayed in Salem probably until about 2 p.m. Then we drove up north and stopped in Ogunquit, which is a coastal town in Maine. It's very touristy for the summers, I understand, from our friends that live there. And because we have several friends that either live in Maine currently or have lived in Maine. All of them grew up there. They've split up all over the place. A lot of people from there somehow end up where I live. I feel like everywhere I go, I know someone that says, oh, I grew up in Maine. But anyway, it's very touristy, and Autumn even agreed that Ogunquit is a very touristy place, especially in the summer. Going when we went is the perfect time to go because it's right after the summer crowds have stopped. It's still a little bit busy, but it's not as crazy because summer it's over. People are back in school, things are kind of back on track. So even though it was a little bit busy, it wasn't super busy at all. Spent a night there on the coast, absolutely beautiful, had some great food, enjoyed the shops and all the culture and, all the fun things that Ogunquit has to offer. Definitely want to go back there and spend more time next time. We were only there about 24 hours. So that is also on our bucket list to do next time. Then we continued driving up. We stopped in Portland. This was Saturday now, Lighthouse Day. We didn't unfortunately get the opportunity to go into any of the lighthouses because tickets sold out as soon as they opened the doors at like 7 a.m. for most of them. And it was kind of a first come first served basis for the ones that we were going to be by. So we didn't get to do that, but of course we walked the ground. We went to the Portland Headlight, which was, fun fact, we were there exactly the year before. When I went on Facebook, it's like a year ago today, you were here, and we were there. So that was fun. Then we spent the night with Anthony's friends. They live about 30 minutes away, 45 minutes away from Portland. The next day we drove up north. We stopped, and I forget the name of the town, but it's where Red's Eats is. We didn't eat at Red's. We ended up eating across the street. Local said it was better. It was very delicious. I think I have some photos of that you'll be seeing around me. We also toured I think it was the Thompson Mansion. Again, if that's not the right name, I'll put it here and show you a picture. And then we went to the Coastal Botanical Gardens, which was the most beautiful botanical gardens I had ever seen. We love arboretums and gardens, so that was super fun. Then that night we drove back to the area close to Portland, stayed one more night with our friends, and then the next day we packed up and went back towards Boston. I forgot. We ended up staying the last night in Boston, did some fancy shops, went to historical downtown Old Boston the next day, did a lot of really cool things. Absolutely fun trip. One of my favorites so far. Next year for our big trip, we usually do 2 big trips a year. One of them we want to go to the Oregon coast and like Washington, like the Seattle Bellevue, and then maybe down to Portland. But we'll see how that plans out. Now what you're here for is what I got. So I am just going to start in no particular order of all the things I collected on the trip, a couple of which were free. And across from our hotel in Boston, they had a ton of seashells on the beach. So I picked up about 4 of these. I want to do something fun with them. These are those really sturdy, big ones. And I kind of thought about painting them and doing something fun to kind of commemorate our trip. So I picked up a couple of those. And then I have a stack of stuff here. Because we travel a lot, I try to limit what I buy as far as like souvenirs. So I've kind of started thinking postcards are a great way to commemorate trips. So I got this from Salem. I actually got 2. I think I might give one to my dad. His family is from Massachusetts, so he loves anything New England. I get that from him, of course. We went to the Peabody Essex Museum in Salem. This is my little tag. That was a really fun museum to go to. I save all this stuff with the hopes that someday I'm going to do a lot of scrapbooks. I've been doing this for probably a decade and never made one, so I have a box full of things like this. Here is our ticket from the Maine Aquarium, or not Maine, the New England Aquarium in Boston. We did that. That was super, super fun. Here is our tickets from the Salem Witch Trial Museum. We went to l.l.bean, of course, because we also go to Freeport. I think I forgot to mention that. We love going to Freeport. Every time we go to Maine, it's a stop because I love l.l.bean. And we just got a few stickers. My husband likes stickers, so we got that one. I got this one for me because I thought it was cute. He got one too. And then he got this one. There was this cool ballroom exhibit at the Peabody Essex Museum. Here is the brochure from the Botanical Gardens. The best botanical gardens I have ever been to. It looks massive on here, and it is a great large property, but everything is a very simple walk, and they have a tram system, so it wasn't super crazy. I have something from Boston with some things that we did. This is a map of Ogunquit, so that was a really fun place to go. They also have a traditional Chinese home at the Peabody Essex Museum that they actually brought in from, it was like disassembled and then reassembled here. Super, super neat to go see that. And then here's just another one from the museum. I show you those hoping maybe it'll trigger something in your mind that says, that's something I want to do. Now I will preface, I have a few items that I've purchased for gifts for people, so I maybe won't show everything. I might talk about it. This is a gift from my dad. I don't think he sees my videos. So I think I'm okay showing this. And Dad, if you are watching or anyone's watching around him, pretend you don't see this. He loves books. And since he loves New England, especially Massachusetts, that's, like I said, where his mother was from. She grew up in New Bedford, Massachusetts. I got him this, Massachusetts Beautiful. And it's just a really pretty book. It's old. Looks like something he would absolutely enjoy. And I think I snagged that for about $27. And that also, to me, is significant because it came from the House of Seven Gables in Salem. So there's a lot of significance behind that book. My husband, we went to McDonald's the last day we were there, and he got a kid's meal because we weren't very hungry, and he got the little Crocs. Anthony's friend that we were staying with, it was their anniversary, obviously, because we were there the same exact time, so we picked them up at l.l.bean. They had a big sign that said Saddleback Mountain, which is the mountain that they got married on, so we gave that to them. And then, of course, his friend is so generous, she made us some things. She has a little side hustle, kind of like my sister-in-law, where she makes crafts and sells them and does all sorts of things. And she knows that I love lighthouses because I'm turning into my father. So she made this for me. Very generous. Love that so much. And this is not Diva. She artificially used AI to create Diva. But Diva has a tutu, pearls, and it looks just like her. So it's just a little glittery cup as well. That was very, very sweet of her. Of course, letting us stay with them and putting us up and, you know, supplying not only lodging but treats and company was more than enough, but that was so kind of her. And then she also made this tote. This is not an l.l.bean tote, but it's super cute and looks just like one, and then it has Diva on it. She printed it on some sort of fabric and then adhered it to the tote, and I love that. My husband loves Patagonia, so he bought a Patagonia little zip up. He loves Vineyard Vines too, so of course we hit up the outlets and the regular stores. So I don't know if these came from the outlet or the boutiques, but he got this shirt. It's just a Vineyard Vines shirt and it says Boston on it, and it has a sailboat. This one as well, some of them. So here is this one for summer. It's this little lifeguard guy, and it's kind of like a faded sun bleached shirt. When in Maine, why not get something that has a lobster on it? So I got this. I got it in a much larger size than I probably need because I'm hoping it'll shrink a little bit, and I haven't shrunk, so I need that. But I love it. It's super cozy. I don't really like long sleeves, so I kind of got it a little bit larger because I can use it as like a pullover sweatshirt, maybe over a t-shirt if I'm out like in the fall or winter time. They were on sale at the outlets, I know. So I just got a little pink shirt. This is my Boston shirt. Again, just wanted to get something from a little bit of everywhere. Just a green shirt with the whale on it. I think it says 98. And then at American Eagle, one of the outlets we went to, they had shirts for, I think, $11. So I got a navy blue tee, a green, and then a burgundy. When I was packing for this trip, I kind of realized a lot of my fall color shirts don't fit me very well. So now I have at least 3 solids that I can wear. Then I have this. I can't show you the other side because it's monogrammed, because it is a gift for somebody. I got this at the l.l.bean outlet. They have the monogram bags that people buy and return, or maybe they don't come pick up. Don't know the story. They're not necessarily damaged. I'm gonna guess maybe someone didn't like the font color or the wrong style bag was used. Unsure, but they had them so significantly reduced, and I was able to snag this tote that was originally $40, and I paid about $13 for it. So I love that. That is a Christmas gift for somebody. So I can't show you the other side. It had their name on it, and I had to buy it. For me, also at the outlet, and I do think the monogram bags at the outlet are retail bags that don't have defects. It just means someone didn't like the monogram. Something was wrong with it, wrong color, whatever. They returned it. This was an actual outlet bag, and it's plain. I bought this for me. It has the zip top closure, and oh, there's my receipt. So it has a zip top closure. It has the long handles that can go over my shoulders, and it's this green color that I'm really into. This is the boat and tote, or tote and boat bag, boat and tote zip bag. And this one originally is $45. At the outlet, I was able to secure it for $31. So again, not bad. It says that they're slightly imperfect if they're the non-monogrammed ones, but I don't see anything wrong with it. And for a savings, heck yes. And after we went to the outlet, we did go to the flagship retail store, and I had these because we just bought them across the street, and I compared them to the ones in the store, and I couldn't tell a difference. So it must be a very minor defect. This one my husband bought. Now this one does have a little scuff on it. I don't know if that happened from him or if it was there when we bought it. But this is also a monogrammed one. It says WZ. But you can barely see it. So he thought, you know what? I'll take it because you can't see it. And you can also see him rip them out if you really want to. But I told him I wouldn't waste the time. You can't see that. Carry it this way. But this one also is a zip top. And it's lined with a wipeable material, and it has a shoulder strap that detaches. And then this one was originally $35, and we got it for $24.50. So not bad there either. He uses this now. This is his new kind of personal item on an airplane because it's small enough where it'll fit under the seat, big enough where it'll help and actually carry things, and then not as expensive where if something were to happen to it, it's not the end of the world. So now in this bag, which I will say, this non-l.l.bean one I actually like better. It's softer, and it has a Velcro top. This is all of my goodies here. I love cheesy little things from locations, so I picked this up for $4 at a giant candy store somewhere in Maine. And it just has a lot of iconic Maine things. Lobster, blueberries, the wild animals, the bears, the moose, the flag, and then lumberjacks, I guess. Coastal birds and lighthouses. So I just really thought this was a cute little zipper pouch. This is why I struggle to buy luxury SLGs, because this gives me just as much joy as a Chanel SLG. So I can't really complain. Now I bought 2 of these. One of them is for my husband, and it's from Boston, and just a little pouch with a whale. It reminded me of the Vineyard Vines whale, so that's why I picked it up. These were only $10 each, so I could not pass that up, giving Vineyard Vines, but I think it may be even a little bit cuter. So, picked up those. I thought they were cute. I did have 2 of these. I bought one for Diva. Every time we go on vacation, we get her a stuffy, and we went to the aquarium, and the gift shop was closed, and they didn't have like a pop-up gift shop anywhere while they were renovating it, which to me, they're losing out on a ton of money, and I was very upset because that's where we always get her stuffies. But they had the Ride the Ducks thing right outside, so I bought 2 of these. This one is for me, but the one I gave her is the same thing. I did cut this off of hers, so hers is just a little stuffy guy. But these are super fun. He's wearing a shirt that says Boston on it. I also bought this for Diva. Not sure if I'm going to give it to her or just put it in her little room. But it's a duck wearing a hat that says Boston. I thought it was cute. I think it was $12, so not too bad. And I believe I bought this in a Gunquit at one of the little shops. It was $11. It's a Maine Christmas ornament that looks like a lobster net or a lobster trap. Love that. That'll be super cute on my dining room tree. I love getting Christmas ornaments from places now. And then because I'm a thrifty shopper, this was on sale for half off. Almost half off. $6, and it's a little blue ornament with some beautiful shells, and it says Ogunquit, Maine. I have that blue Christmas tree in my living room, so this will be a great addition to that. And it was on sale. The last 2 things we picked up in Salem. Potentially as a gift, but I'm not sure. These were a little bit pricey. This was $15. And it's a cat. He's cute. Looks like Diva. And then because we were in Salem, I needed to get something with a witch on it. This was $17. So they're just stitched together. Super fun. Those will be nice for Halloween time. And then the last thing, you won't know what it is yet. But do you see that? Well, we were in Boston, I think Bloomingdale's. I think it was Bloomingdale's. We went to the Prada boutique, and There's something I've been wanting that I absolutely do not need. I asked, do you have it? They said no, but there's 6 available and they're all in Hawaii. And it's the last 6 that are available. That's my understanding. She didn't say that. That was how I took it. I could be wrong. Anyway, I thought about it. We left. We walked around. We went to a few other boutiques. I went to the Chanel boutique and kind of angry because I wanted the mini O case and I asked if they had any. She said no. She showed me the giant one. I asked, I said the giant one's not what I wanted, but I said, she said she could order the mini, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, well, how much is the mini? Like, just trying to understand the price, because Chanel doesn't, I don't know. I don't buy Chanel very often. And she said $8.95, and I was like, okay, well, I'll think about it. And I thought, well, $8.95 for a pouch, or not much more than that, really, for a Prada bag. I'm like, well, I'm going to buy the Prada bag. Well, she was wrong, and she told me the wrong price, because I was talking to the group, and Dawn's like, that's not true. Here's a screenshot of the website. You can't order them on the website, but it shows the prices on Chanel. And Dawn is a guru with Chanel, so I trust her. Anyway, I was told the wrong price, so I gave my money instead to Prada. So I wish that the Chanel boutique would have maybe listened to me a little more. She of all the boutiques we went to, she was the least friendly of all of them. You could tell she didn't want to be there. She was maybe over the day. I don't know. I get it. But I wish she would have paid more attention, because I would have bought the Chanel item over this. But when I thought that the Chanel item was increased, which also checked out to me because Chanel increases the prices all the time, I'm like, well, this isn't that much more. Anyway, I would have bought Chanel, but I'm thrilled with what I'm getting. It'll be here probably in about 3 weeks, because she said it'll take a couple weeks to get potentially to her, because it has to go to the Boston boutique first, and then she'll mail it down to me. So, can't wait for that. Very, very excited. That will be coming in the future. When I'm filming this, probably I would guess 2.5, 3 weeks when I'll receive it. I don't know when you'll see it, but it's coming. Let me know if you have any questions about my travels or anything in the New England area that we did or didn't do, or if you have any questions. Definitely one of my favorite places to visit. I would love to live on the coast of Maine someday. Cross your fingers, maybe that will happen. But yes, that is all the goodies, minus my big one, that we got. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.